If you clicked on this video, it's because you're looking for the best possible budget first base mitt. That means under $200. We're gonna find out what that actually is today. Let's do it. The truth is, I just love and obsess over budget videos. For some reason, they are the most enjoyable to film. And of course, we do have a game plan. For onesie, we need to go to a local sports store. We're gonna check out the budget first baseman options. There's a chance that the options are terrible, or they'll be decent, I don't know. For twosie, we need to go to the field and actually review all of our gloves. Of course, our reviews are real. Again, if it's good, I'll say it's good. If it's bad, I'm gonna say it's bad. You're welcome. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Doing all right. And for three, we need to put the gloves on a tier list. The tier list is huge because no matter what a glove costs, it could be an S or it could be a D. It's super helpful for you guys when you're actually trying to buy a glove. That'll be at the end. So far, the only things we have seen are like under 100. And for this video, this is a $100 to $200 budget. We're not going under 100. That music is so loud. This is basically what we expected to see. The Gold Glove Elite, they're selling it at $140. You can see original plate. I just hate my life. Original price, $180. That's really expensive for the Gold Glove Elite because in the past, we've kind of proven that the R9 is pretty dang comparable and the R9 is not $180. So there's just no need. I don't think we're gonna be picking this up. I do think we're gonna be going back to the field empty-handed, as in we have 4 gloves already because this is what I do personally. I would show up, feel gloves around, go to the back wall over there, feel those, and then go buy them online. For example, the 4 gloves we're reviewing today, JustGloves.com sent them in. So thank you, Just Gloves, but I think it's the best way to do it in my opinion. Go to a store first and then buy it online. But this is a $70 glove. Yeah, thank you, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you our gloves, but first, let's see who we're actually filming with today. What's your name, sir?
Zach.
Here's a video of Zach. Name and occupation.
Justin. Glove prints.
Glove prints.
King of clubs.
Oh, and I'm Chris, Ball Glove King. To do a budget first baseman video, I obviously wanted to bring our current #1 ranked first baseman. This is the Rawlings DCT. It's wide and it's deep. And at first, that's what you want. You don't have to be focused on quick transfers. You just want a super deep glove that swallows everything. Without further ado, I want to actually introduce you guys to the budget gloves for today. We have 4 first base mitts, and I'm gonna give them each 3 words to describe them. Let's go. This is the Marucci Ascension. It is $200. This thing is chunky, uneven, but also surprising. Rawlings R9, this is $125. It is kinda firm deep. These are getting pretty good. The Mizuno MVP Prime, $125. This is thin, short, different. Dang, bruh. Finishing it off with the Wilson A1000. By the way, this is the new A1000. It has a ton of hype around it right now. Slim, slick, quality. And I guess did it win?
I think that's it. The video's over.
The video's over. Last one's there's a rotten egg. How are you faster than me? You almost beat me while holding the camera. All right, we need to go get first impressions. First impressions are huge. That includes looks, comfort, but also some pop. So just to be clear, guys, we have reviewed this glove, and this glove before, but the A1000 has yet to actually be reviewed. But we're starting from scratch with all of these because a first baseman is just so much different than an 11.5 inch, middle infield glove. Starting from scratch, these are gonna end up on the tier list today. Zach, this is the looks test. You have to pick one. Which one is your favorite?
Not these 2. Then you gotta go the 1000.
I will say, I think I agree. Gold is overdone. It always makes it look very childish, maybe. Yeah. You heard the rules. You have to pick one. Which one is your favorite? Just strictly looks.
I think I like the Marucci.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh, you have to pick one. Which one are you picking?
I'm really liking the gold on this R9. I'm really liking the gold on this. Get that out of here, guys. I'm going for the A1000 as well. I think it's the prettiest.
As of now, these are the top 2. I think personally, strictly looks, It's one of these two. But in the end, I love when a glove has like wear and tear and you see the palm getting dirty. So the Marucci, I love the blonde. So
Just last video you said blonde's being overused.
no, so I tried to say, actually, ready? Cut to me saying blonde is overused. I feel like blonde is used a ton. Used to love blonde, now I feel kind of, I do think blonde plus a colored lace is overused, but blonde and then tan, like this looks slick, this looks clean. I'm all for it. Okay, so I'm about to play a bunch of catch. We're gonna skip through it all. You don't have to watch everything, but I'm about to tell you guys which glove is actually the most comfortable. That's a dangerous pop right there. All right, get over here. We need to actually vote. This is definitely gonna be a very hard vote. I have literally zero clue what they're gonna say. I'm nervous.
Could be good if everyone's different.
I'm legitimately nervous. As you can see, we have 4 beautiful budget gloves laid out in front of us. On the count of 3, we will have our eyes closed, and while our eyes are closed, go walk and touch the most comfortable one. I have to get my vote in. I'm so scared. Like, 3, 2, 1. Voice crack. Go! What? No!
Oh, I don't even believe you.
No, hang on. Defend yourself.
Why are your eyes open?
Defend yourself right now.
Do this in private. It feels the most like real leather to me, and it feels the most comfortable.
Okay, I agree with you. It was an incredible, I loved using this. Stingers out the wazoo.
Oh yeah, every ball I caught.
Guess what? I didn't have a single stinger.
Okay, Zach, tell me your thoughts on the Marucci.
It felt really similar to the 1000, I thought.
Yes.
If I had to go use it in a game, I would definitely pick this one.
Same thought. If I had to go use it in a game, this felt really, really good. Do not sleep on this though. Yes, I got some stingers, but everything else I fully agree with Justin. This feels like the most real glove out here just from playing catch, but we got a lot more to do, so let's do it. Well, we're gonna do the pop test. I'm literally gonna show you guys the loudest pop of each glove and then compare it to the Pop King. Let's go.
I don't think that one's capable.
No, I think that's its best.
It might be its best. This is super quiet. They should put in the palm anti-pop technology.
Alright, last chance.
There, that's definitely gonna be its loudest. Decent.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was good. We were playing catch earlier. This might be supersonic.
Do that.
Give me the Pop King. This is the Pop King, not the King of Pop. Let's go. I don't know how I'm gonna pick which one's louder. All right, so from my point of view, this was still just the loudest. Very close though. And out of these, this was by far the loudest. And like there were some off camera that were, again, supersonic, very loud. Okay, so this next part, I'm actually literally just taking ground balls because the last thing you want is for a first baseman to feel awkward and bad just on the fielding side of things. All of them will catch the ball. What does it feel like when you're actually fielding it? This is a pass or fail test. We're not ranking anything, just pass or fail. Starting with the Wilson A1000. Fail! I'm not gonna lie, this feels super narrow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel super comfortable just doing any of this because it's oddly narrow down here. Also, leather is kind of slick. Oh, that came up on me. The glove absolutely passed. It is a little narrow down here. I don't love that. And the leather is like pretty slick. That'll be concerning for scoops. Rawlings R9. This is a glove where the ball just absolutely disappears into it. Super deep. That was a good time to have a super deep glove because I did not get a good reaction on that. Guys, I've only taken a couple. This glove is way more enjoyable to use just on ground balls because it's wider. All right, last one. This thing feels great. Easily passing, even better than the A1000. This thing is deeper, so which felt on all those plays where I'm just stabbing at it. And then also, this is wider, this is wider. Everything about it felt better than the A1000. The Marucci Ascension. Guys, again, $200. This is our most expensive glove. It was voted generally the most comfortable, so hopefully it plays well on field. If I didn't make it clear, all these gloves are being worn traditional finger out. I'm ready. Oh, it's slick, it's slickery. Nothing feels good with this. it's just so slick. This thing absolutely did pass, but hear me out. Very slick, okay? And I felt awkward the whole time using it. Like so far, I probably looked the worst with this thing for some reason. Uncomfortable the whole time I used it. It was odd. The Mizuno MVP Prime, before we even field with it, let's recap what we've said. Comfortable but thin, and then it's short but wide. In my brain, that would tell me that this is gonna feel great on field. We'll see. We also mentioned that it feels like a real glove. This leather is definitely like, there's more grip on this. Again, it feels like a real glove than most of our gloves here. Probably all of them. Not gonna lie, this feels money right now. All right, here's the thing. This is definitely the thinnest glove out here. The leather on it, I'm a big fan of. And if I had to say there was a winner for this segment, this felt money. Just, I don't know, it felt more like I'm just wearing a glove, not like a first baseman specifically, but there was a close second place. The Rawlings R9, deep and wide as ever. Just to be specific, the FM18, you can see it's got like the H web out here. Whoa, I sound like I was Canadian. These felt great. This, no slick leather. This one kind of has slick leather, but deep and wide. Love it. Scoops, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to scoops, we're really just trying to make sure it's not too slippery. Because with budget gloves, you have like slick leather often. We want to be able to make that scoop power through it without the ball going. So, pretty straightforward. Slick. Yeah, do you think backhands will really expose slick leather? I guess not just slick leather, but also a more shallow glove. Like you want it to just be so deep. I feel like I was expecting it to be more slick, but it doesn't feel like it's moving at all. That was awkward. I just wish this glove was like a little bit deeper. Oh. Dude, another one. That hit a lot of my glove, but just slipped out. Let me give you like my official input. I think I wish that this was a little bit deeper. And then forehands, I wasn't like super slick or anything. Felt normal, but backhands, I felt like I had to be really precise, otherwise it was shooting away. Yeah, definitely wish it was deeper. I keep doing this. I catch a ton of them like that. If it was just a little bit deeper, feel really good. Speaking of a little bit deeper, this Marucci feels incredibly similar, just a little bit deeper. Sorry, I was mad. Forcing a scoop just feels so odd, like not wanting to catch it. So that catch is dropped with the A1000. It's so slick that when it hits there, it pushes up and out. This thing was just a little bit deeper than the A1000. It felt pretty similar when it has like a little bit of slickness to it. But overall, like, I think slightly easier to use because it's got a little bit more depth. The Rawlings R9, the deepest first baseman I've ever seen. Not actually, but it is really deep. Oh, I wanted to flinch on that, and I did flinch. It feels like absolutely automatic. I just feel like I'm just throwing it out there. Again, I like squeezed that ball. That A1000, I think I dropped that. Marucci, I might even drop that. That's interesting. Yeah, it's way too good. Holy night. Dude, I'm just automatic with this one. It's not that I'm good, it's that this is so deep and wide that I'm just throwing it out there and it just gobbles everything in its path. Like, pretty surprised so far by the R9. The Mizuno MVP Prime, the weirdest glove here, it's almost like a circle shape. It's very short and round and wide. Let's go. I don't know, feels pretty good. Dude, the R9 and this are super forgiving. Lighter, slimmer, I feel like I could just whip this around. Yeah, dude. Just feels like if you get any leather on it, it'll do the rest for you. That is super tough to pick between this or the R9, because there was a massive difference. They felt better fielding and fantastic while scooping. Goodness. Yeah, like I did not catch that well. That hit here and then just forced in. This and the Rawlings R9. Very forgiving, This one is thinner. Gonna get more stingers, I've noticed. This is the part where I talk about the leather and the insides and also a little bit of the shape of these gloves, because that probably matters more than anything. I disagree, okay? It's not the most important thing, but it's super important. Justin's actually over at First using other first base mitts so that he can compare and, you know, disagree with me if he thinks I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, that was bad. I'm actually starting with these two right here because the leathers aren't that different. Shiny, kind of slick, but this one is really slim while this one is chunky and kind of, well, it feels a lot more like a budget glove. That was bad, but I will confidently say the A1000 is the most durable glove we have today. So that's a huge bonus. On the other hand, our Marucci feels not durable. Wait, yes, I said that right. This glove feels pretty mediocre. I don't think I have any problems with it. It doesn't feel like it would fall apart or anything like that. I've used other Marucci Ascensions. They're on the soft side, but it's not gonna, you know, disintegrate. So basically, for their price points, 200, 180, I would say the math adds up. They're not like horrible in any way when it comes to durability and materials used. People always ask about laces. The laces on both of these gloves feel really solid. They're not gonna break and fall apart. If they do break, it's just by chance. Uh-oh, make a play. Yes, sir. And then just to be clear, the Marucci and the Wilson have a very similar shape. Marucci just barely deeper, but I think both of those, I'd want them to be barely wider, barely deeper, but they're not horrible or anything. You'll notice we aren't actually ranking these things like 1 through 5. It's because we have 4 different gloves here today. We don't really have the time to rank everything super detailed, so just consume everything and you have to make up your mind, just kidding. So anyway, that's why the tier list matters so much, because at the end of the video, once we rank it on the tier list, it'll all start making sense. All right, I just switched with Justin, and now we have these two. These were the underdogs today. 120 bucks for these things. That's like significantly cheaper. The first thing I want to talk about is just the general durability. But first, I have to actually hit a ground ball. Ready for a hot shot? That was not a hot shot. Let's just be clear. Both of these gloves have very solid durability for the price point. Both of them do have those laces where they feel like they're stretching out pretty dang fast, but they're not gonna like bust and rip immediately, unless you're playing in the MLB. Leather on both of these. The R9 leather, it's just been around for a little while now. You know, barely shiny, kind of like the A1000 and Marucci, but it's not actually that bad. The R9 is pretty dang impressive for the price point. It doesn't feel like real leather, it feels like a budget glove, but it's been performing really great. But that's where the Mizuno comes in. This thing is thinner overall than every glove here, but it has a true leather feel to it, where this feels like actual leather, not a budget glove. Guys, once again, Justin's using these gloves, so he's gonna give his take in just a second. Both of these gloves were easier to field with, easier to scoop with, but how long are these actually gonna last? Because like, this is pretty dang thin. And then they're both 120 bucks. These sound like they have a legitimate chance at winning, even though they're significantly cheaper. I'm gonna get Justin's take, and then we have to go to the tier list. Our annual fungo home run attempt. You know what it is. Zach, catch this. Okay, was that an incredible fly ball?
That was awesome.
What can I say? What is your take? Do you agree or disagree on anything we've said today?
I think I'm backing you up on everything you said today. Scooping stuff, picking stuff, this just feels money. This also feels pretty money, it's just a little thinner. These, like I picked everything mostly fine with these, but it just always felt like I was a little more uncomfortable picking with these. But they didn't feel terrible. Yeah. I wouldn't be like, oh, don't use this glove.
Yeah, oh, 100%. You could never make the argument that they're bad.
Yeah.
I think it's like pretty obvious. Everything we've said, I would stand behind.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With all that said, we actually have to go to the tier list, because once again, doesn't matter how much a glove costs. The tier list is just a free-for-all, so let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is where it all counts. We're gonna put all these onto the tier list. To start, I'm gonna explain our 2 gloves that are currently on the tier list already. At the S tier, we have a Rawlings Gamer XLE. Here's my super quick explanation of this. This specific pattern compares to gloves that cost like $250 to even $300. This speed shell actually helps this glove. I think it stiffens it up a little bit. S tier, so far the only budget S tier. This right here is the Marucci Oxbow. This glove is kind of just so-so. If there was such thing as a C-, this would be it. Now, without further ado, we need to get through all 4 of these. We're gonna start with the Wilson A1000 because it had the most hype by far. If I could change two things about this glove, I would make it barely deeper and then not so slick. It's just barely too slick. With that being said, this is a B. The Marucci Ascension, the most expensive glove here at $200. This was honestly a pleasure to use. I liked it even more than I was expecting. I actually really liked the depth of this glove. There's not much I would change besides the fact that it's the chunkiest glove we have here today. Before we broke it in, it felt like even chunkier. During the break-in, it actually improved a lot. This right here is a B. It's called the Mizuno MVP Prime. Definitely the weirdest glove here. This has the, what am I doing? This has the most unique shape out of everything. It's very round and it's a little bit shorter here. I cannot stress it enough. This was really fun to play with. It just has a lot of stingers because it's really thin. This right here is also a B. 3 Bs in a row. Let me tell you this. Definitely the most durable, definitely the most unique. Like, I would probably put that in my own bag as like a secondary glove because it's super fun to play with. The Rawlings R9, an absolute sleeper. When we got this, it was like the worst. Before this glove was broken in, describe it with 3 words.
Worst feeling glove.
Considering it felt so awkward to begin with, makes the outcome just that much more crazy. All of these gloves today are actually really solid. You couldn't really go wrong with any of them, but this is our winner. This right here is gonna check off every single item on the list. The only negative was that it was maybe barely too deep. I was actually really surprised at how durable this feels, surprising from an R9, because they're $120. Like, that's absurd. Absolutely insane. This right here is an A tier budget first base mitt. Absolutely beautiful. I'm actually really impressed. Rawlings, the R9. A final reminder, this is the Rawlings R9 FM18BG. It's 12.5 inches and it's awesome. I absolutely highly recommend. Good job, Rawlings. Fantastic glove.